What's up, everyone? This is John,
And this is Josh.
and we're coming to you today with a special bowl game coverage of East Carolina football. Man, it's been a long time, Josh. How you been feeling, man?
I've been doing pretty good. How you been doing, John?
Been doing great, staying busy. The holiday season is upon us in full force. It's Christmas this week, and best Christmas present the Pirates fan have gotten in a while is making a bowl game.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, I mean it's been all 4 years in college. I really didn't want to be at home during Christmas, so I guess I'm kind of getting my wish this year, getting to go to a bowl game finally.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a long time for me just as a fan forever. It just feels good to be back in a bowl game. It feels good for people to be talking in a positive way about ECU football. Just it seems like the whole program's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think that Coach Houston's extension is a sigh of relief and a breath of fresh air for at least next year. With everything that was happening, I'm really glad that we get to keep him at least one more year, keep building on this.
The extension and having Holt Nailers back for another year is a big deal for the program in general going forward. Still leaves some questions to me. I don't know what's going to happen this all season in the quarterback room, but they're really primed next year for a big season.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I'm all for Holton staying another year and everything. I don't know how that's gonna affect the rest of the quarterback room. I mean, Mason sitting for his third year. He's
Hmm.
only gonna have 3 years of eligibility left in unless he can get some kind of a medical red shirt for something. So I feel like if the coaches allowed it and allowed Holton to entertain staying, I guess they have a plan, and so we just got to trust it.
Trust the plan, and maybe we're looking at it from the outside looking in. There might be something in there that we're not privileged to with Mason. I just don't know. But just on that key, I'd like to recap the season, guys. I remember at the beginning of this year, I was really hoping for a 6-6 season. I remember looking through the schedule several times and man, where we're going to get that sixth win from, but finished the season 7-5 and on our way to the Military Bowl. What was the biggest game for you, or what was your favorite game of the year?
I would say this year my favorite game had to have been Houston, because nothing said that we should have been in that game. The delays after delays after delays, just everything about it really was just an ECU team from 2018 might have tapped out before the game ever started. But to see ECU fight the entire game and take it down to the wire like that against a team that was in the championship, um, I think that just kind of proved that ECU has what we need.
Yeah. For me, I'd say it in the same idea, the Memphis game. I thought going into that game after the win at Temple, and then we're struggling at Memphis. That's a game I feel like in years past, there's no way we would have pulled it out. And then the way we won it with the failed 2-point conversion, it's just the defense really struggled at points of that game, but really stood up in the end to pull it off for the Pirates. And I think that really catapulted us into the Navy game where the defense struggled, but they just held tight and were able to pull it off at the end.
Yeah, and I had to go also to the Navy game. I mean, in my time of watching ECU football, we've never been able to do anything against Navy productive. So to for us to win, it's just this year has been icing on the cake for a realistic ECU fan, not one of these championship four bus fans, but for us reasonable fans. I think 7 wins is great.
What I think is funny to me is that we've only beaten Navy one other time, and the final score was 38-35 that year too. And
Right.
so, yeah, so just shades of past were kind of fun there. Looking forward to what should they look for? Looking at the last game of the season, I was a good deal too, having a pack Downey Ficklin. The score wasn't indicative of the outcome, but to hang with Cincinnati for a couple of quarters, if we just had one bad quarter, which is all they need. They're playing the college football championship playoff, and we're not. But just I could see how at the beginning of the year, people were calling for Coach Houston's head after the first couple of games, but in that game at Cincinnati, it really felt like we've made huge strides over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Cincinnati game it proved a little bit of the team kind of leaning into the philosophy and just trusting
Mhm.
the process. I mean, a Coach Houston's a team coached by Coach Houston can get better, and every team that he has probably is going to get better in the time that he's there. But it's seeing that change in mentality from
Mhm.
losing to Appalachian State by a pretty decent margin, and then losing your second game, your home opener, and then somehow still pulling off win after win after win, and making consistent strides all year. It's been a great season to me. It's just been
Yeah.
such a great season.
You bring up that South Carolina game, and I remember sitting there, 0-2 going into Marshall, and you're down. You come back and pull it off, and you're like, all right, now the season's back on track. Let's go take care of Charleston Southern, and then we struggle with them the whole time. I mean, it was a pretty low point at that point for Coach Houston and staff, but I really do say they really picked it up. A lot of pressure on Donnie K is what I call him, but Kirkpatrick, and just to put it behind them and to just find a way to win. I think our signature win had to be, I shouldn't say signature win, but our signature game I thought was the Navy game. Just putting it all together, our offense not being able to be stopped, our defense struggled, but finding a way to do it at the end. But just big shout out to the defense in general, just for a huge improvement over the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the one thing that really is should be of credit is having the same defensive system for more than a year really does a lot for your defensive players, and having decent depth. I think that
Yeah.
those two things combined the past few seasons just led our defense to not be able to get any success, but just having consistency in the playbook, consistency in the style, and consistency in terms of players, and having enough players to sub out really has
Mhm.
been the game changer for our defense this year.
And I will say that's been a huge difference in years past. Like when your starting corner goes down, you're like, oh no, what are we going to do
Right.
now? And to have several guys in the backfield, just several guys on the field that could step up at any time in the game and just go for it. Next man up kind of mentality.